a hidden phone, a luxury hotel suite, a district party boss named Lei Zhengfu, and a woman he was never meant to be seen with. Hours later, their hotel video hits the internet, spreading faster than censors can kill it. Careers collapse. Servers crash. Phones start ringing in Beijing. But this wasn't an accident. It was bait, a trap laid for a man climbing the ladder, filmed, kept, and released when the price was right. Because in this game, intimacy isn't private, it's leverage. And tonight, the camera chose its victim. This is the forbidden hotel video Beijing tried to erase. Chongqing after midnight, a city that never sleeps, built on hills and secrets. Lei Zhengfu, 54, party secretary for a booming district, steps into a penthouse suite paid for in cash. He's not here for meetings. He's here for escape. The woman waiting inside is young, composed, smiling like she's done this before. Dinner first, expensive wine, polite laughter that turns bold after midnight. He believes he's untouchable. After all, he enforces the rules. What he doesn't see is the phone angled toward the bedstand, its red light faint beneath the lamp. For 38 minutes, the camera never blinks. At sunrise, she's gone. Lei showers, straightens his tie, and walks into a press event smiling for cameras that he can see, unaware of the one that already owns him. 2 weeks later, a file labeled Public Funds appears on a random forum. 38 minutes of grainy hotel footage. No watermark. No trace. Within hours, it explodes across China's internet. Every time censors delete it, 10 mirrors rise again. Lei's face floods timelines. His name becomes a meme. People whisper, "How did this get out?" In Beijing, senior officials see it before breakfast. Orders fire down the chain, contain the spread, find the source. Firewalls tighten. Whole sites go dark. Yet the clip keeps breathing through VPNs and thumb drives. To outsiders, it looks like gossip. Inside the party, it looks like a message. Someone powerful wanted him erased. Investigators trace the upload to a developer with multi-million yuan projects tangled in Lei's district. The conclusion is clear. This was no accident. It was a hit job disguised as a scandal. And in the days that follow, one truth spreads faster than the video itself. In modern China, the most dangerous weapon isn't a gun or a bribe. It's a camera. Her name was Zhao Hongxia, 20-something, confident, with a smile that could pass any security desk. She'd been recruited by a local developer who needed favors, permits, land deals, contracts signed without questions. Lei was the prize. The plan was simple. Record proof of intimacy. Hold it as insurance. In China's corridors of power, it was called a honey trap, the oldest currency in politics. Zhao didn't ask questions. She was told it was just leverage, that the footage would stay buried unless Lei turned on his patrons. But power never stays loyal for long. When the developer's project stalled and Lei stopped answering calls, that insurance policy became a weapon. Somewhere in Chongqing's digital underground, Zhao's 38-minute recording was uploaded. The fuse lit. By the time Lei's aides realized what was happening, screenshots had reached Beijing, and the woman who'd filmed him had vanished. Some said she was hiding abroad. Others believed she'd been protected. In China, both can mean the same thing. The party called her immoral. But to everyone watching, she was the spark that exposed how men like Lei built empires. Not with laws or loyalty, but with favors, secrets, and women trained to be both. If you're enjoying this story and want to see how these scandals shape Asia's power games, please subscribe. When the story broke, every newsroom in Chongqing got the same call. Delete the file. Replace it with good news. Within a day, the scandal became invisible. Headlines about economic growth replaced screenshots of the video. Links still existed, but they led to blank pages and 404 errors. Inside government chat groups, panic turned to calculation. Rivals who once owed Lei favors now offered evidence against him. Old friends wrote statements of shock and disappointment. In Beijing, investigators raced to control the narrative before it reached foreign press. They didn't want curiosity. They wanted closure. The official report said Lei had violated discipline. It never mentioned the camera, the recording, or the woman. But the real cleanup wasn't digital. It was political. Within weeks, new names appeared on appointment lists. Developers connected to Lei's rivals suddenly received contracts that had been frozen for years. The scandal had rearranged power like a deck of cards, and everyone pretended the shuffle was reform. Across China, mayors and secretaries quietly canceled hotel meetings, upgraded phone firewalls, dismissed personal drivers. Fear traveled faster than the video ever did. Officially, the matter was resolved. Unofficially, it marked the start of a new rule in Chinese politics. No secret stays buried unless someone higher up decides it should. 8 months after the leak, Lei Zhengfu reappeared, thinner, older, dressed in the same gray suit he once wore to ribbon cuttings. The courtroom was open to the press, but only state cameras were allowed to film. Reporters called it transparency. Insiders called it the show. Lei stood alone behind the microphone, reading from a prepared statement. He confessed to taking bribes, abusing power, violating party discipline. The judge never mentioned the video. That word had been erased from every transcript. But investigators didn't charge him for the footage itself. They used it as a doorway, uncovering millions in hidden bribes, forged contracts, and favors traded for land deals. Once the tape went public, the party had no choice but to make an example. His sentence, 15 years. As the verdict was read, the camera panned to show him bowing slightly, the same gesture used for party loyalty oaths. To the public, it looked like repentance. To his colleagues, it looked like fear. That night, CCTV aired the trial clip on a loop, a message disguised as news. The system cleans its own. Social media comments vanished within hours, but one line kept reappearing before moderators deleted it again. They didn't punish him for what he did. They punished him for getting caught. In a country where every official fears the next leak, Lei Zhengfu became the face of a warning. You can serve the party for decades and still lose everything in 38 minutes. Lei Zhengfu disappeared behind prison walls, but the echo of his fall didn't stop there. Across China's bureaucracy, officials scrubbed their phones, deleted chat histories, and canceled business dinners that ended too late. Hotels that once welcomed party guests installed new security systems. Lobby cameras were replaced. Staff rotated every few weeks. No one trusted anyone. Developers quietly rewrote contracts, adding secret clauses that guaranteed mutual protection. Even the censors changed strategy. New software trained to detect faces, keywords, and hotel interiors before a clip could spread. It wasn't just about deleting videos anymore. It was about preventing them from ever being made. For ordinary citizens, the scandal became a ghost story. The clip that once defined corruption was impossible to find, yet everyone still remembered the number: 38 minutes. The party called Lei's conviction a victory for integrity. But inside government offices, a quieter lesson took hold. Secrets are only safe until someone needs them as proof. Promotions slowed. Whispers filled corridors, and the same system that had built its power on watching others now lived terrified of being watched itself. One recording toppled a career, but the fear it created rewrote the rules of ambition, turning every closed door in China's bureaucracy into a potential camera lens waiting to blink red again. One hotel video ended a career, but another story shows what happens when corruption grows unchecked. When a single man collects not just mistresses and mansions, but an empire built entirely on greed. Watch Lai Xiaomin, the man with 100 mistresses, 100 mansions, and 1 death sentence, It's right here. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'm John, and this is Silk Street.